Hello, my name is Jack Hoffman. I'm the RFSI Grant Specialist here at the Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection. And today we're going to go over the RFSI Grant Management Excel piece. So here for RFSI, we decided to create an Excel management tool for your entity to utilize during the life of the grant. This consists of several tabs, including this information sheet, which provides a brief overview of the different tabs that are available for you to utilize. Here we'll see in the grant status tracker the budget table status, which will allow you to know how much you have spent or left on the project for your RFSI grant. You'll be able to see when your next performance report is due and what performance report number that would be, the days left until it is required to be sent in, and the due date. We also have a reimbursement status. It'll tell you when what your next reimbursement number would be, followed by the last time a reimbursement has been sent, and the start date for your next reimbursement there. We also have a metrics table as well that your entity can enter in key pieces there to keep track of over the lifespan of the grant if you so choose. This follows a similar Excel data entry piece as what we usually do, where the tan cells correspond with areas where your entity can input values. These values over here to the left do not need to be inputted as they are being pulled from calculations in these different tabs, as you see down here. So to begin, we're going to go step by step through these tabs here that feed into this information sheet that provides you your guidance for the RFSI grant, starting with the indirect calculator. The indirect calculator lets you figure out the indirect rate that you can apply for your reimbursement. Right now I have it set to the de minimis rate at 10%, but you can adjust this if you so choose. Now, say for example, I have a reimbursement and the award amounts for my reimbursement that I am requesting are $100 in personnel, 100 in travel, and $50 in supplies for the award side of my reimbursement. So as you can see, it pulls up an indirect cost of $25, and you will be able to input that on your cover sheet here. So go into the detail sheet, indirect, and then we're going to say it is an even split of 50-50. And for this reimbursement, we are using an even split for all of the expenses there of 50-50, just for an example. So we'll do that. There we go. And it should, yep, pull from right here. So now that we have our reimbursement, oops, sorry, we can go to the reimbursement tracker. The reimbursement tracker is designed for your entity to input reimbursement values, including the amounts in each category, which are labeled to the left here, what reimbursement it is labeled on the top, what side it's going on, whether it's award or match, and then also the time frame in which these expenses were incurred over here. So, for example, we're going to use this reimbursement over here as our reimbursement number 1. We're going to say that the expenses captured are from May 30th, 24 to, we'll do August 1st of 24. So over here, I'll input that same value in terms of the from and to start and end, and then copy this value, and that will perfectly align with the values over here. And as you will see, once values are inputted in these sections here, the information sheet will also change, as it will provide you information on when the next start date for your next reimbursement would be, the reimbursement number that next reimbursement would be, and the day since your last reimbursement. Also up top here, the values have changed on the budget table status. Tells you how much has been spent and how much is left on the project. So we're going to go and take a look at the budget table now. And as you can see here, it is tracking the values on both the grant and award side, or the grant and match side. And over here, you would place how much is available on your grant side in these specific categories, and on the match side, the values on those specific categories. And again, for this example, we decided to do a 50-50 split, where we have $500 in award and travel, or personnel and travel on the award side, and then we have $500 in the match side for personnel and travel, along with supplies, also evening out as well. So as you can see, it'll let you know how much is left on each category of the grant. And if you were to go over, it would tell you how much you are over for that specific category. So for example, if I change this from 500 to 50, it'll let you know that you went over that category, which is fine. Just something that we would like to communicate to us there if going over that specific expense category. Now over here we have the performance report due dates. So this allows your entity to keep track of both the performance report number that will be sent to us and what the start and end date would be for that performance report's period of reporting. So the time frame of information and expenses that are going to be reported. Following that is report due date, so letting us know when this piece is due. And then also how many days are left until it is due. So say for example, it is June 1st and I've completed my first performance report and I sent it in and it is all good. Then I would enter in the sent area that has been completed, so it is now done. And then that information would be correlated over here as the new due date for the next performance report would be inputted along with the next performance report and days left until it is due. And then the last sheet is the metric tracking sheet. This allows your entity to track different efficiencies and productivity gains through your RFSI grant, including operating cash flow and these different metrics here there to help you track. So for instance there, if I had a performance report of 5/30/24 through 5/15/25, then output of say 50 units, and then there was a gain on the following performance report of 60 units, you can keep track of that over here. And then you could input these pieces into the information sheet. with the variety of RFSI infrastructure projects, we made this section very general in terms of how you could utilize it. However, we do believe it would be of your best interest to record productivity gains and efficiencies that you are seeing with these equipment there, so we can measure the overall effects of the RFSI project for your entity. And that would be it for a brief overview of the RFSI Grant Management Excel piece. Um, if you have any questions or would like further detail on how to utilize it to its fullest, please feel free to contact us at the RFSI email inbox here at the Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection, and let us know if you have any questions.